Welcome back. Friend. I invite you to sit back with me. Relax. Take a deep breath. Let the sound of the crackling fire seep into your ears. Feel the warm fuzzy bliss tickle your heart. It's time for another story. Let's begin. This report describes a group experiment undertaken by 8 women curious about the potential effects of vaginal administration of drugs. Some of these women had gathered together previously for group tripping in a relaxed, socializing slumber party setting. Most of these women had met at least once before the experimental evening and knew each other quite well. Previous slumber parties involved about 5 to 8 women ages 24 to 60 showing up at one woman's house with a selection of psychoactives plus food for the next morning. These gatherings involve making a comfy nest in the living room, chatting a bit, sharing information about what psychoactives we brought to share, and then deciding what to take based on what's available and what we're feeling like. At the previous slumber party, available compounds included MDMA, LSD, 2CB, 2CT21, 2CI, TMA2, acacia resin, mescaline-containing cactus extract, ketamine IM and intranasal, cannabis, nitrous oxide, and GHB. This slumber party was convened with the intention to administer primarily LSD paper tabs intravaginally and noting response. One woman abstained from the LSD and took 2CB instead, following by ketamine. 2 took MDMA intravaginally in veggie capsules in addition to the LSD. Another abstained from LSD and took alprazolam instead and served as scribe. One participant imagined that she would have to take more 5 hits rather than 1 for this method of administration, but the majority operating assumption was that we should take less than a typical oral social dose. This came in part from one story a participant had heard of adverse reactions, i.e. heart attack, from women whose partners had put cocaine on their cocks before intercourse, as well as experiences of rectal administration. Unless otherwise specified, all doses below were administered vaginally. We noted age, weight, medications, point in the menstrual cycle, and astrological info, sun/moon/ascendant. Hey, why not? All women are still menstruating, no one menopausal. Chocolate was ingested by the majority of the participants prior to administration. A small altar was set up with objects of personal significance. Note: the LSD blotter imprint was condoms, the irony was not lost on us. B. 26YO, 165 pounds, nomads, irregular menstruation, doesn't bleed every month. Aries, Sagittarius. She took 1 hit of blotter acid vag, followed by another hit at T+1:00. After second hit, definitely feeling something. MJ, 33YO, 132 pounds, meds, acid blocker, anti-inflammatory, 1 steroidal, asthma meds, birth control. Aquarius, Pisces, Libra. She took 1 hit of blotter acid vag, followed by 50 mg MDMA vag. At T+0:25 and a hit of blotter acid at T+1:00. After 25 minutes, she is burping, which is normally an alert associated with nausea, but there's no nausea this time. After 35 minutes she's having a little trouble with linear speech. After 1 hour she is feeling off baseline. Shortly after that she checks and comments cunt smells sweeter, and tastes like E. At T1:20 she takes 60 more mg MDMA vaginally, and at T2:30 announces she's off baseline. DJ, 37YO, 120 pounds, nomads, post-ovulation, Sagittarius, Cancer, Capricorn. She took 1 hit of blotter acid vag, followed by 50 mg MDMA vag. At T+0:25 and a hit of blotter acid at T+1:00. After 35 minutes she notices alerts, and cunt feels hot. After 1 hour, feeling the acid but not the E. At T1:20 she takes 60 more mg MDMA vaginally, and at T2:00 announces she's starting to feel my E. Next morning after waking up, cunt smells sweet. The most surprising data point for the whole experiment was when at T+18 the next day, DJ had sex with her husband and it potentiated the MDMA that she hadn't really fully felt the night before. DC, 42YO, 127 pounds, meds, birth control pills, menstruating and has a yeast infection, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. She took one hit of blotter acid vag, then another after 1 hour. At T+2:30, well I say, I'm not going to get high tonight. HC, 39YO, 160 pounds, no meds, post-menstrual, Virgo, Scorpio, Scorpio. She took one hit of blotter acid vag, and 175 milligrams MDMA orally. Nothing notable to report. IC, 30YO, 140 pounds, meds, birth control pills, premenstrual, Virgo Sun. She took 2 hit of blotter acid vag, and 100 milligrams MDMA orally. Felt higher than the rest but at 50% nonetheless. DL, 24YO, 130 pounds, no meds, ovulating. Taurus, Taurus, Virgo. She took 10 milligrams 2CB vag. Normal oral dose is 17 milligrams. After 10 minutes, feeling fluttery, I'm feeling high. After 40 minutes, cunt feels hot followed by I'm high and feeling it in my body, it's not in my head. After 2 hours, not really feeling high. Would be feeling this dose more if it were oral. T+2:20, 50 ml vag. Ketamine. Lay on her back with her hips up in the air, used a syringe with the needle taken off, some spilled. Conclusion, we don't have the tools for proper administration. 15 minutes after the ketamine, I feel heavy, feeling a typical K sensation that she feels under her chin, feeling more mobile and verbal than this dose would feel like if taken IM. After 25 minutes, felt a distinct sensation of cold in a ring around the labia right where the hair stops. Scribe, 33YO, 123 pounds, no meds, pre-ovulation, Cancer, Cancer, Scorpio. She took 0.25 mg of alprazolam vag. Recently diagnosed with colpospasm, spasming of pelvic muscles, so general low-level discomfort in pelvic area makes me not want to put any stimulating chemicals in my vagina, and I'm quite familiar with soothing effects of 0.25 mg of alprazolam, so it seems like a good thing to experiment with. At T+0:40, feeling sensations in lower limbs, legs and feet are getting colder. After an hour, feet are uncomfortably cold, and the colpospasm has relaxed a bit, although this may be from being in a generally relaxing social setting. Not feeling typical anxiolytic effects. Would I take this again this way? Maybe just to see, but at a higher dose, like 0.5 or 1 milligram. General comments before time-stamped comments. After administration, we realize how cool it would have been to check pH levels before and after. Next time, litmus paper. Generally, we did not get as high as a comparable oral dose. Some did not consider they got high at all, or just felt at 50%, in the land of alerts, or off baseline. Onset felt slower and attenuated, though alerts began at the same time as expected for an oral dose. No nausea was reported. Consensus seemed that this was not an efficient way of dosing, and that for any future experiments, compounds should be in solution or in some cream form for better dispersion. We agreed that it was good that we were cautious about dose this first time. T+035, topic of conversation is what we've just done and what different ways we could experiment with this method of administration, what we can research about women and psychoactives, history, existing data on pharmacology, women's circles, and group tripping, issues related to families, and how there is a lack of visible psychedelic mentors for women. When considering if psychedelics bring on or delay menstruation, most participants say that brings it on, 2 don't notice if it brings it on, 1 says it delays her menstruation, and one says she used to have breakthrough bleeding each time she tripped, before she went on birth control. We considered how, since weight can fluctuate during the menstrual cycle, that could influence effects as well, of course, as hormone levels. One participant mentions how European women take aspirin intravaginally and that this way they avoid the stomach upset effects of aspirin. Another participant describes how she makes sexual partners who are tobacco smokers, especially, wash their hands before touching her intimately, because otherwise it stings. T+2445, participants starting to feel a little high, subject of conversation turns to sex and boundaries, assumptions about how many people think that mixing sex with psychoactives makes the sex somehow less real, that it removes agency. But it really doesn't, people just have to be clear about intention. T115, MJ and DJ, who both took MDMA and LSD, notice that one is feeling the effects of the MDMA more quickly, and feels as if her pH is different, that it changed after administration. T+1:45, general restlessness about not feeling very high. Considering what else we should do, and talking about making the experiment not so pure, i.e. boosting orally. T+2:00, the only participant really feeling high is the one who took 2 hits of acid and 100 mg oral MDMA to begin with, but she still has described the acid part as feeling at 50%. T+3:00, land of alerts, still coming on, not really high. DJ's husband has been invited over to deliver the nitrous oxide delivery device whipped cream canister. He is offered a cartridge of nitrous to enjoy before returning home, and is treated to a pleasant way to augment nitrous oxide inhalation that was refined at a previous slumber party. The person inhaling sits on the floor with all the others in a circle around them. After inhalation, the circle of people make soft, strange noises and whisper affirmations and nice things around the person in the middle, moving around to change the location of the sounds and create air movement, generally weaving a sonic web around them. This is a gourmet version of saying WA 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 to someone on nitrous. After this, the husband promptly left. T+3:30, this is about where general timestamps taper off because the scribe wanted to get high. Scribe takes 4 ml of GHB, oral, followed by 2 cartridges of nitrous oxide, inhaled, followed after 15 minutes by 2 bumps of ketamine from a bullet, insufflated. Last notes are timestamp makes no sense, on K1:08 am, high from just 2 bumps of K. Apparently the GHB made the modest dose of ketamine zoom really hard. By hour 4, all but one person are on ketamine 6 taking 40 to 70 mg ketamine IM, and 2 take ketamine intranasally, and most partake in smoked acacia resin rolled with a smoking blend that has a little tobacco in it. The tone of the gathering is no longer linear and intellectual, but has generally become a social ketamine trip interjected by a short while of contemplative silence as the acacia joint gets passed around. People are taking turns telling stories and engaging in verbal banter, exclaiming about the states of mind they're in. Work with me here, I'm high, stretching or rubbing tense muscles, cuddling, eating grapes, giggling, inhaling nitrous oxide. Soundtrack, Boards of Canada. By 4:30 am T+6:00 LD, B, DJ are somewhat asleep, others are either wide awake MJ, from the acid, or feeling like it's time to go to bed. Scribe goes to bed and wakes up the next morning at around 9:30 am. Everyone is up but MJ and DJ, who took some clonazepam to go to sleep. Plans are discussed for a future experiment, perhaps with liquid cactus extract. Breakfast snacks followed by group hug to seal in the fun, trust, spirit of experimentation and camaraderie. As mentioned above, the most surprising data point is the next day DJ's MDMA kicked in after she had sex with her husband. Duly noted. Overall, it seemed like the group didn't get very much from vaginal administration, it seemed less effective and efficient than oral administration, but participants would consider another experiment with substances in solution or cream. I love you. Just in case nobody ever told you that today. Now, friend. Good night.